I grew up with Aguda. I was in love with Aguda. And I wanted Aguda to succeed as much as I could. And therefore I not only gave everything in my family towards that goal, never looked for my personal advantage, but looked what is good for Agudas Yisroel and for Klal Yisroel.
My father demanded, if he demanded anything, he wasn't much of a demanding person, but he wanted people to get involved. The Aguda was a cause that my father felt can solve many of the problems that confront Klal Yisrael.
He was the kind of person who brought Agudas Yisroel together with Rabbi Moshe Sherer. The two of them together really transformed Agudas Yisroel in this country into the force that it has become.
The love that my father had for Reb Chaskel was something literally tangible. You were able to feel it in our home. He loved him so dearly, he admired him, he respected his Seichel HaYosher. My father felt that Reb Chaskel, they saw the world the same way, they had the same vision. They felt they were on a mission in life. They must do things to change the world.
Reb Chaskel played a seminal role in transforming the image of the observant Jew on the American landscape. He mixed in an extraordinarily wide range of circles, both Jewish as well as non-Jewish. And whenever he arrived anywhere, his presence commanded respect.
I owe him my life. I owe him my Jewish life and my life in general. But it's not only what I owe him. It's what the 70,000 children who've gone through our foundation owe him. Because these children all learned what it is to be Jewish. We were together in Hotel Victoria in Warsaw, where we brought together 100 children. These were hidden children from World War II that were hidden from the Nazis and were raised by Catholic families and then found out they were Jewish. And we found these people and we worked together with them.
On one occasion at a meeting of the United States-Ukraine Joint Cultural Heritage Commission, he gave a particularly beautiful and moving presentation in support of protection of Jewish cemeteries.
I remember there was a Rav Lish from Borough Park, who was at that time the only person who was doing anything for Daf Hayomi, and he would call my father many a time just trying to get him because he felt my father was capable of carrying the load. And eventually my father did. I remember going with my father to the early siyumim that were done. I think the first one I remember on the west side.
During his tenure, it grew and grew and grew, moving from a small siyum in Borough Park to the Manhattan Center, to the Felt Forum, to Madison Square Garden, to multiple sites.
We who have assembled here to participate in this great event of Simchas Torah.
My father was a Rav the last 41 years of his life in Kehillas Bnei Yisrael Chaim.
Reb Chaskel's life was multifaceted and richly variegated. He moved effortlessly and comfortably in many different worlds, but he was always a visitor in those worlds. He lived in one world and one world only, the world of Torah and Chassidus. That provided his anchor and the compass which guided him at every step of the way.
My father wrote a short tzava. In this tzava he mentions twice, Kol Yomai Ahavti Kol Yehudi. I loved every Jew. My father loved humanity in general, and Agudas Yisroel was boundless.
To be tolerant of people who are different than ourselves. He was so tolerant of others, and more than tolerant, actually accepting. appreciating others' differences.
I would sum his life up in 7 words. Mekadesh Shem Shomayim Berabim B'chol Psia Upsio.
It's good to remember that there were people who were very dedicated. Very dedicated.